So I've been listening to a lot of music right now. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. I'm talking hours on hours on hours of just pure listening. And what's that doing to me, besides giving me a super blissful break time, is it's making me miss going to venues. Yes, the clubs, the bars, going to parties, going to just anywhere with good music, good fun, lots of people, and oh man, I miss that life so much. Hopefully we get to all go back to that life here soon, but before then, let's prepare our fragrance arsenal to welcome those times. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video today, and today we have party fragrances, going out fragrances, just fun loving, fun having fragrances to wear when you're around a ton of people, right? This is not a top 10 list, it's not a top 5 list. I've actually have 15 fragrances that I've broken down to various categories that at least everyone here watching can find one that fits them. So first category is the cheap boys. Yes, we're talking cheapies, 35 and below. I have 3 of them. Bam, look at that. Here are the 3. The first one here, Halloween Man. The reason this is in here because it's only $20 and this is a tried and true staple for me. I've worn this throughout college. If you are in college right now, or if you are like 20 and under, this should be your go-to, like 100%. It will work. Girls will love it. It's really hard to hate because it smells like one of the most popular fragrances ever, 1 million. But people around that age, 20 and under, can't really afford $70, $80 plus fragrance like 1 million. So this one is gonna be not the most unique, but more unique in your age range than it would be like in my age range and above, for example. So yes, college, this is amazing. Got me tons of compliments. I like dancing with girls back then in college. I used to have dance partners and they all love this, like memories, just pure memories. Ginger Lover, fresh, citrusy, sexy, simple, easy to put on, also very cheap as well. You can grab this for I think around $32 for 100 ml, so a full 100 ml size here. And trust me, you will need this 100 ml because it really doesn't last all that long. That is the only caveat, but you can go pretty heavy with the spray to make up for that, and at $32 you can easily replace it. All the negative aside, this thing smells fantastic. Girls will love it, people will love it, you will love it. You'll feel energized, you'll feel happy, you'll feel very outgoing and just ready for the day. That's what this fragrance is designed to do, and it does it extremely well given the price tag that it's at. So yes, Ginger Lover, for those of you who just want fresh, sexy, this is it. Mont Blanc's Individuel smells like Creed's original Santal. Now, what does that even mean for those of you who are new to the fragrance community? It smells essentially like a $400 fragrance at a price of only $22. Now, the smell of this is sweet. It's fresh. It has a raspberry note, but super dry, not juicy at all, and it lingers in the air forever. This thing is one of those fragrances that when you turn your heads, because you spray it on your neck, if you turn your heads, you get a whiff of it. And the scent trail is to die for. Amazing, great for parties, great for nights out, but also at the same time, the cleanness, the freshness from this, great for the office as well. Just a little bonus occasion. But yes, this thing is sexy, it's sweet, it has the best of both worlds, the freshness and the sweetness, nothing overpowering each other, just perfectly in harmony, in balance, and it's just, again, super sexy for very cheap. Next, we have the Blue Boys, the blue fragrances. Yes, this is the safest category. You really cannot go wrong with any of these 3 fragrances. This category is basically like wearing double thick layered condoms while she's on her birth control pills and contraceptive all at the same time. Nothing can go wrong while everything will go right. First one, Lunarosa Carbon. Yes, this is a clean Sauvage, a clean, fresh, easy to put on Dior Sauvage, less abrasive, less aggressive. I like this one more now. Yes, I've converted from Dior Sauvage to Prada Lunarosa Carbon because every time I wear this, I just tend to get noticed. People just love this thing off me. I can't stop wearing it. It's super addicting. People just love this thing. So yes, I've converted. I like this one more now, but in this category, any blue fragrance with ambroxan would do you just fine. We're talking Lunarosa Carbon is good, we're talking Dior Sauvage is good, Dylan Blue is good. Just all the variants of Dior Sauvage basically will do you extremely well. They're all relatively safe and they are some of the most highly complimented, highly liked fragrance on planet Earth right now. But my favorite, Lunarosa Carbon. Bleu De Chanel, yes. If you want a classier approach to blue fragrances, to citrus fragrances, and just overall mass appealing shower gel vibe fragrances, Bleu De Chanel by Chanel would not disappoint you, whether that's the EDT version, the EDP version. The parfum is all right. I don't really like the parfum, honestly, but the EDT version, the EDP version, both will do you just fine. Smells fantastic, has a lot of class to it, has a lot of sophistication. There's an extra layer of smoothness to this DNA that's not found in any other blue fragrance, and that's all thanks to the Chanel quality, which is still, till this day, top notch. So yes, Bleu Chanel, my favorite is the EDP for going out. The ET is nice, it's more fresh, but the EDP for me just feels more full-bodied. Like that one more. Why EDP by Yves Saint Laurent? This one is fantastic, it's sweet, it's mass appealing, it's just amazing. It has amberwood, which is more woody ambroxan, if you will. So it does have that shower gel type vibe, but with a lot more sweetness. This thing is like the perfect marriage between the blue fragrances and the party goer 1 million type fragrances. It just lands right in the middle. Best of both worlds, really high quality smell as well. It does not smell like cheap blue shower gel, or it doesn't smell like just soapy shower gel. It smells like it has some depth, some richness, like there's some actual good ingredients in this fragrance, and I highly appreciate it. And it comes across as well in the fragrance. You smell this and you're like, yeah, that's a lot smoother than a lot of other fragrances in this category. And the best part, it'll last you all night. Like, it really doesn't come off until like 9 to 10 hours into the fragrance. Insane, I know, but hey, not complaining. Next category is the party boys, the F boys, the one night stand boys, whatever you wanna call yourself. You're there to get girls, and these may or may not help you. Yes, it's on the game, by the way. Fragrances just support said game. Yeah. Back to the fragrances. These are the three. The first one, and my favorite, is Versace Eros Flame. This thing is simply so gorgeous. It screams confidence. It screams just fun-loving, party-loving guy. And oh man, this thing is one of those fragrances that gives me consistent love. Above 60% of the time that I wear this, someone will compliment me, like guaranteed. For me, for my data and my experience, this is just a people pleaser through and through. And the performance of this one is also super fantastic. The sillage is especially super interesting because it's so loud, it's so wide, it's cloudy, but it's not ever aggressive. Like, it doesn't attack someone's nose. It's just gracefully flies past by. They catch a whiff of it, they turn to you and they're like, you sexy. Now just imagine that in a girl voice. Yeah. Next is Pure Malt, the most unique one in this list. If you want to set yourself apart, this is the fragrance to do it with. It has a boozy vibe, has a sweet vibe, it's sexy, people will love it. But with this one, it also has an added warmth, some comfort, some romantic feeling built into this as well. Uber sexy, love this thing to death. Pure Malt, just try it. Not gonna say any more about it, just try it. If you're new, you probably never heard about it, but it's one of the most legendary fragrance in the community for a very good reason. Armani Code Profumo is the next one. I love the original Armani Code, wore it throughout college, got me great reaction, just as much as Halloween Man did. Wore this a little bit after college and it got me just about the same reaction. Amazing, people love this one, and just, I don't need to say anything more about it. Just go get it, it's good. Next, we have the Cardamom Boys. Yes, the Cardamom Boys. For those of you who want to be a little bit extra singy, extra spicy at these parties, cardamom is probably one of the best notes alongside cinnamon for sexy smelling spices. And these are the three. I'm just gonna run through them really quickly because the video is getting long. First one here is my favorite, Prada L'Homme Absolute. This thing is cardamom and iris, smells fantastic, has darkness, has dryness, sexy, fresh spiciness. Love this thing. It's actually my second most favorite designer fragrance of all time. I've talked a lot about that one. Next is La Nuit de l'Homme. You've never smelled a cardamom quite so pure, so sweet, so sensual, yet soft and inviting all at the same time. This thing is what girls scream for. Well, not really scream for, but they just die over this fragrance. I've not had one girl who tested this one out and have not at least gave it an 8 out of 10. It's just one of those fantastic, legendary date night fragrance that works. And if you're going to a party and you're looking to be just pure seductive, this one is great. One downside, does not perform well, but if you're at a party for 3-4 hours, just spray heavy, you'll get away with it. All right, last one of the cardamom boys, CH Men Prive. This one has cardamom and whiskey. Now the whiskey in here does not come across way too boozy. It's more of an added sweetness, if you will, but the cardamom in here is super nice, sexy. It has more darkness than Lanolin Alum. Lanolin Alum comes across more sparkly, more fresh. This one has a little bit more of that bad boy edge, a rough edge to it. So if you want something more masculine in a cardamom category, you would go with this one. But I will say that this one is the most masculine and the heaviest smelling cardamom, still my favorite. But yeah, this one darker, still just as sexy. CH Men Prive, check it out. Now the last three have the luxury fragrances, the more expensive deep pocket people fragrance, the deep pocket boys, let's just call them that. First one we have here is Manse Cedra Boisé. Now arguably this is really not that expensive. It's like a little bit over $100 in comparison to designer fragrance nowadays. Is right around that line, but it's still more expensive than majority of discounted fragrances out there. So yes, that's me justifying this being in the expensive category. This smells like a more simplified, more youthful Creed Aventus. It has a lot more of that cedar in there, a little bit more of the sparkly fruitiness as well. Not so much the darkness, not so much the birch, just a very simplified version, but still smells just as mass appealing. And for me, much easier to pull off. It's a lot less polarizing. The birch darkness is not really in here, so there's not an element in here that can go rancid off your skin sometimes like Creed Aventus would. My Creed Aventus sometimes can come across a little bit too smoky, a little bit too much, and it comes across my skin not so well. I know a lot of people have that kind of problem as well, but this one does not have that smokiness at all, so it eliminates that problem, making this one a good wear anytime at all, and it's still just as mass appealing. Can't ever go wrong with the Parfums de Mali for mass appeal. This one is Layton exclusive. Now you can easily go with the original Layton. I would argue that's way more mass appealing than this one, but this one has more depth, has more complexity. And if you're paying over $200 for a fragrance, I would go for the more complexity, more uniqueness, because if you're gonna go for just mass appeal, you have the designer fragrance. You don't wanna spend $200 on another simple mass appealing fragrance, all right? This one has coffee, has oud, the darkness really cuts through and contrasts the bright, fresh sexiness at the top really well. It's just a beautiful composition, and it's one that I love to wear the most when I go to casinos. I live in Vegas, for those of you who don't know. Last one, I'm just gonna drop it here because I've mentioned this in a lot of my previous videos in 2021. Yeah. Boozy, smooth, sexy, alluring, warm, best release of 2020. No competition. All right, guys, that wraps up this list. Let me know down in the comment section below some of your choices to wear when everything reopens again, hopefully very soon. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, bye.